know that you can spend as much as 10,000 euros to get Dutch driving license? Yes. 2 months ago, my daughter got a driving license and actually she spent 7,000 euros. When I calculate that money, it's almost 1 million Kenyan shillings. With that money in Kenya, you can buy a piece of land and build a beautiful home. Just close even to the capital city, Nairobi. So, welcome to my latest culture shock. And for those who are new here, my name is Pauline, born and raised in a local village in Kenya. And growing up was not easy because I remember I could walk for 20 kilometers to go to primary school. That is 10 kilometers to go and 10 kilometers back to my mother's home. And every weekend I could also walk the same distance to go and fetch water. And I believe today it's through those struggles that they shaped me to be who I am. And the reason why I started this YouTube channel is just to encourage someone. And again, I have this big dream to start a girls' education foundation just to help the poor girls back in that local village I was born and raised to pay their high school fees because their parents are so poor they cannot manage to pay for them. And if someone does not come to help them, they might not go beyond primary school and they might not realize their dreams. So by subscribing to my YouTube channel, by liking, by sharing with other friends, by watching till the end, you will have helped me so much to accomplish this big dream. Because if YouTube will ever pay me, all that money will go to that program. So, let's go back to driving. Are you there and you have plans to relocate to the Netherlands and you have your driving license back in your country and you are wondering if you come to the Netherlands, it is valid, you can use it to drive here. If you're from East African countries and you have your driving license and you come with it to the Netherlands, unfortunately, you cannot use it here. You have to start from the scratch. You have to do the theory, you have to do the practicals and pass all the exams so that you can get that driving license. I understand for the other country, especially in the EU, European countries, there is no problem. When you come to the Netherlands, you can just use your normal driving license. There is no problem. When my daughter turned 18 years old, she wanted to start immediately with the driving lessons because it's very important to have a car in the Netherlands, especially when the weather is so bad, when it's cold. You cannot bike and you find like you have to walk for some kilometers to go and get the bus or train or, you know. So it's very important to have a car. And when you have a car, you can have many jobs because you move so fast, not like you are connecting through a bus, through train, you know. So it's very important. And when she told me that, I was for it. And she had saved some money. So we had to do a research on how to go about it. When it comes to theory, you can buy the reading materials online. They cost around 60 euro. You can study yourself, and then when you feel you can pass the theory exams, then you can book it and you go and do it. This theory, you have to know the traffic signs, what they mean, you have to know the environmental regulations. You have to know the rules because you are not going to use the road alone. Like here in the Netherlands, we have so many cyclists, and it's very important to know the rules when it comes to using the road with other people. We also have a tram because Netherlands is a developed country. You find in the big cities they have tram, and like in Kenya we've never had. So if you come here with your driving license from Kenya and you find we have tram, how are you going to behave on the road? That is very important. I think that is one of the reasons they don't let it be valid. You have to start from the beginning. So my daughter purchased the reading materials and she read it. Good thing you can purchase some in English, and then it's easier for those who cannot understand Dutch, and that is exactly what she did, and she passed. And immediately after you pass this exam theory, it is valid for 1.5 years. So you have to make sure that you go for your practical lessons, and within that period you pass. Otherwise, if you don't pass your practicals exam and the time expired, you have to do again the theory exam. So she passed, and then she had to go for this camp, and of course you do a research. There are so many driving schools here, and so she got this one which was close to where we live. And what they do first, they take you for a tryout. They want to know how many hours can they allocate you, because here it's a matter of hours, you know. The maximum they can give you is 44 hours. And because my daughter had never driven in her lifetime, she was given 44 hours. 44 hours means every hour is 60 euro. So when you multiply 44 hours times 60, it's going to give you around 2,400 and something. Then at the end of it, you also have to pay around 350 for the exam. So that makes it around 3,000 and something, you know, euros. So that is exactly what my daughter did. And she went through the lessons, till the last lessons, and she was booked for the exam, and she did the exam. Unfortunately, she failed. Of course, that was not good for her, and also for me as a mother. So, and the instructor told her, according to the mistakes she did, she had to do other extra 30 hours. And once you are given extra hours, that means you also have to pay exam fee. So calculate that hours times 60. That's around 1,800 euros. Plus again 350 for exam. You know, that comes around 2,100 and something. So she took extra another 30 hours, and the time came for the exam, and she did the exam. Unfortunately, she failed again. Don't think my daughter is not smart. She's very smart. It is not easy here to get this driving license. They are so strict. One, they don't want accident. And I think I like that. It's better I spend 10,000 euros than when I get my license and I'm on the road. I'm not going to cause accident. It is not good for me and also for the other road users. So it's better I spend a lot of money, and that is exactly what I told my daughter. Focus on passing and knowing exactly what to do when you're on the road, rather than focusing on the money you are going to spend. So she had saved, I think, 5,000, and now almost 4,000 and something is gone. and she did not have money. She's failed. And I told her the only secret is to continue till you get the license, because if you stop, you will have forgotten everything and you will start again from the beginning and you'll be allocated the same 44 hours, which is very expensive. So the third time I came in as a mother and I supported her, and she was given 15 hours. So when you multiply 15 hours times 60, you get around 900 euros, and I paid for her. This was the third time. Plus also the exam fee. Unfortunately, she failed again. And this time she only failed with 2 mistakes. I remember she told me because when she was driving, when she was getting into the highway, she did not go with the speed, so she slowed down. And of course, you know that one is dangerous for the other road users. And the second mistake she did, she stepped on the stupia, yes, that is Dutch. She stepped on the pavement, yeah. So the third time she did, it was the 2 mistakes. And then the instructor allocated her another 10 hours. That means it's another 600 euro. This is not a story. This is the reality, I'm telling you. So as a mother, again, I paid for her, and again 350 for exam. But this time, theory was already expired, so she had to do again theory. Of course, she passed immediately, you know, and of course she paid extra money for the theory. It comes to around 100 euro, you know. So the fourth time I paid for her 600 plus 300, that is 900, and she got the 10 hours, and fortunately, finally, she passed. And the whole house, we were so happy. We could not believe it, and the stress was gone. So the following week, she went and got a driving license, and immediately she applied for a job, which one of the requirements was to have a driving license, and she immediately got the job. So she's in school, but in the evening she comes, she gets the Kanban car, and then she can work for like 5 hours. And in a week she can make good money. And within 2 months, I'm sure she will have recovered all the money she used to pay for a driving license. So, you know, like in Kenya, when you get your driving license and probably you buy a car, you put a L, Lana, behind your car. But here, once they get the license, the following day they hit the road and they drive as if they have driven for the last 5 years, you know. And I believe it's because they get the best training from the instructors. And actually that is why it is very expensive. And that's why they don't allow you to make mistake and then they forgive you. Every mistake, even if it's one mistake, they cannot tell you you've made one mistake, be careful, but you are passed. No, they will tell you you have to go back, get more lessons until the day you will drive and there's no single mistake you're going to make. That is a culture shock to me, because to spend 7,000, 1 million to get a driving license. I'm yet to start my driving lessons, but I'm saving money because probably I start next year, and I don't know how many times I'm going to fail. Probably my first attempt and then I pass, or probably I do the 5 times, you know. So I will be here to share with you my experience. So if you think my culture shocks, my stories are entertaining you, they are helping you in one way or the other, Please subscribe and leave me a comment. Give me a like and watch, because by doing all this, you know very well that I have a program I'm going to start soon, and I need your support, because in future, if YouTube channel starts paying me all that money, I will channel it to this girls education program. So for now, I want to say thank you so much, and stay tuned for my next culture shock. Bye bye.